Good morning and welcome to the Legal Proof Briefing, where we discuss bite-sized business and legal topics to help you build, grow, and protect your brand. I am your host, LaTanya Moore, and today's topic is what comes before the trademark. Now, as we talked about yesterday, this is part of a week-long series, guys, where we are going to be leading up to our Thursday Lawyer Up training. I am so excited about today's topic because oftentimes when people come to our office for consultations, there are several things that they have not done and have not thought about prior to actually going forth and filing for their trademark. And so we're going to talk a lot more extensively on Thursday about those things, but I wanted to share one major nugget that the average person does not think about when we are actually getting ready to prepare to move forward. Oftentimes you get a great idea, right? Like you have this absolutely awesome idea. You go, you get your logo, you get all these things done, but then you don't think about something as simple as making sure that you have reserved the domain. Why does that matter? Right? It matters, guys, because I have seen this time and time again. When people go and they register a trademark, like you literally have people just waiting to see who's out there, what's been filed, so that they can go really quickly and snatch up the domain. Because what they want to be able to do is to place you in a position where you have to purchase it from them. Like there are lots of, unfortunately, unscrupulous folks out there. They want to hold that domain hostage. They want to be able to force you to now pay them for this particular domain because they understand that you don't have an already issued trademark, right? Which means that they had this domain prior to you actually getting the trademark. Most people do not think about that. Remember yesterday, guys, we talked about doing a really good analysis on and research on whether somebody's already using your name or the name that you want to consider. Now think about this. Part of it is you should look for a domain with a name that is either the same or similar, because that may give you a clue that someone else is actually out there utilizing it. Now, we'll talk about that again a lot more in detail on Thursday, but I wanted to bring that up today in the context of yesterday, right? In the backdrop of yesterday, where we talked about, is somebody already using your name? There are lots of clues that you will get if you have somebody that's already using the domain, number one, if they are a similar business. Because a lot of times, just because a person has a similar domain does not mean that they're a similar business. But what if they are? What if they are? I know oftentimes I've seen people that, do something similar to me. Look, there's nothing new under the sun, right? But when we're talking about a trademark, when we're talking about establishing ownership of something, you need to make sure that you are able to be the rightful owner. A domain name is a great place to start, because guess what? If none are out there, what do you need to do? You need to get it. You need to get it. You need to reserve it. It does not matter that you don't have a website yet. You need to make sure that you reserve that domain name. And we're going to talk a lot over the course of the week. Definitely on Thursday, we're going to talk a lot more in depth about the strategies behind that and why these things actually make sense. The other thing that you want to also think about is you need to research your state database. Does somebody have a company with the same name? Does somebody have a company with the same name? Because today we are talking about those things that you need to do before you even consider the trademark. And that is one of those things. Again, is somebody else utilizing this same name for a similar business? I shared a story with you guys yesterday about something that happened to a client. And their names were not the same, but their acronym that they went by, what they were known for, was the same. And so they had some issues there. And we talked about a little bit around the resolution on that. And so I wanted to come on today, right? I wanted to talk to you guys about that because these are things that people don't think about. They just get very excited about what it is that they're doing. They get very excited about going to this next level with their business. And now it's a formal business. They don't think about the small things that will create obstacles for them as they decide to move forward. Look, everybody doesn't want to build a brand. And really, I'll just be very honest with you. One of the things that you need to consider before whether you're going to go through with the full trademark is this a brand? Is this something that you want to be known for? Is this something that you want to be your calling card? Because if it's not, it may not be cost effective. It may not be a good investment. This is why I always encourage people, definitely listen. You guys can definitely contact us if you need to talk through that and have that conversation. But I always encourage people to make sure that you reach out to someone that can talk through this entire thing with you so that you can be clear on what your goals are. Just because you are operating under a business does not mean you necessarily have to do the trademark. But just understand, if someone else comes in the same or similar business and they opt and choose to do that, everything that you have worked for may be in jeopardy. This is why I'm encouraging you to think about these things up front before you get the trademark, before you go through all of the ups and downs, right? All of the ups and downs of what it's going to take to get there. This is not a quick process, right? This is months and months and months of investment of time so that you can make sure that you are the legal rightful owner of this particular brand. That is what's important. I know we talked about the domain name. I know yesterday we talked a whole lot, right? We talked a whole lot. And so today I wanted to pop on here in my short amount of time, right? It's not called the Legalproof Briefing for nothing. And really just encourage you to check those things out. Make sure that you join me right here Thursday morning at noon. I'm going to do an entire training in our Lawyer Up series. And it's really the title of the training is Should I Trademark That? And we are going to go do a little bit of a deep dive into what that looks like, why you should trademark, what you should trademark, whether you should trademark. And we're going to talk in detail about all of these things that we shared between yesterday and today. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning for the Legalproof Briefing. I'm your host, LaTanya Moore. If you'd like to connect, please make sure that you send me a connection request, or you can connect with me on Facebook for in the Legalproof Your Legacy Facebook group. Again, have a great day.